Hello, thank you for joining me on this video. In the last video, I talked to you about the 5 first characteristics of a wow factor staff. In this video, I want to talk to you about the remaining characteristics. And I would like for you to try as much as possible to watch the first video and probably come back to this video. So the number 6 characteristic of a wow factor staff is that they have a sense of ownership. Having a sense of ownership helps them to see their organization as a launch pad for them to express themselves as super achievers. Now, if you know how to do this, if you learn how to take your job as though you own the organization, you discover that you become more responsible. You become more responsible for the things you do. You become more receptive to instructions. You become more of an achiever. As a wow factor staff, you need to learn this characteristic. Become a person who takes and who works as though the organization they work for belongs to them. How would you work if the organization you work for was actually yours? The number 7 characteristic of a wow factor staff is that they are super achievers. So when I say that a wow factor staff is a super achiever, what I mean is that they have accepted that as their identity. And super achievers are always achieving something. You see, super achievers are result oriented. When you are result oriented, you will find out that you are always achieving results. You are always making things happen. You are always completing tasks. And to become a super achiever, you have to, as I said in the first video, you have to work with a big picture in mind. You have to work with a plan, work in an organized manner. The number 8 characteristic of a wow factor staff is that they pay attention to details. They are very, very detailed. As a wow factor staff, you are expected to treat things minutely. A very wise man I know said something. He said, bug treatment is equal to bug failure. What that means is this: if you treat things in bulk, you will discover that you'll be failing in them. So as a wow factor staff, you must work on yourself to become a more detailed person. A detailed person will take note of everything they need to do to achieve a particular task and ensure that each of these subsidiary plans towards the bigger plan are well taken care of. This is how you should begin to work from today as a wow factor staff. The number 9 characteristic of a wow factor staff is that they are consistent. A wow factor staff is a consistent person. People who are not consistent do things haphazardly. Today they are up, tomorrow they are down. Today they are ready to do their job in a very good way. Tomorrow they are discouraged. But as a consistent person, you will notice that you are able to win accolades. You are able to follow through with everything you have set out to achieve. This is a very, very important characteristic that you must imbibe, that you must make yours. So work on your consistency. Ensure that when you say you are going to do something, you follow through. It takes 21 days to form a habit. In order to become a more consistent person, ensure that those things that you want to do, that you need to do on a daily basis, make them a habit. You see, as children growing up, our parents taught us how to brush our teeth, how to take a bath every morning, and how to do many of all those things that we do these days. Do you know that these days We just wake up and then we go straight to the bathroom, we take our baths, we brush our teeth, we do all of those things without even thinking about those tasks themselves. Why? Because they have become a habit. Remember when you began to learn how to drive? It was always a chore for you. You had to grip the steering wheel with all your strength, and you had to concentrate on the road as much as you could. But these days, you can drive a long distance without even thinking about driving itself. Why? Because it has become a habit. In order to become a consistent person, you need to make those things that you are supposed to do habits. And it takes 21 days to develop a habit. So working on your consistency is not something you can just do by the way. It's something you have to do consistently. Then number 10 characteristic of a wow factor staff is that they are great followers. They are great followers. You cannot become a leader without becoming first a good follower. Being a great follower means that you ensure that you do everything you are supposed to do the way your boss has asked you to do it. This is the reason why studying organizational materials with respect to their knowledge base is so important. In your organization, there are policies, there are standard operating procedures. All of these should be well studied by you. And then you should follow all of that whenever you need to do your work. Then what does your boss want to achieve? You need to ask yourself at every point in time, what does my boss want to achieve? The more you help your boss to achieve the tasks, the goals that they have, the more you are preparing your way to be at the top. So, a wow factor staff is a great follower. Work on your following skills. To be a great follower means that you are always available to learn new things from your boss, learn new skills from your boss, and learn how they are achieving what they are achieving, and involving them in the tasks that they have given to you in order for you to do those tasks or perform those things in a way that is consistent with their expectations. So put all of this in your mind. I've just given you 5 more characteristics of a wow factor staff. In the last video, I gave you 5. I hope you have got to watch that. If you have not watched it, kindly go back to that video and watch it. Thank you very much for taking time to watch this video. I would like you to leave a comment, and I would like you to also like the video. Click like if you like the video, and don't hesitate in sharing it with your friends. And please, I would like to hear from you. Kindly leave a comment on this video. To learn more about the Wow Factor Staff program, kindly visit us at wowfactorstaff.com. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day.